of the bindings. I am going to give you a graphic warning because some people get very upset about this. If you have kids in the room, they should not be seeing this. You're not going to see body parts. This is a difficult picture to see because you will see the binding of Ms. Garber's arms because her jacket was really all that was left, her denim jacket. So you'll see two denim arms with the various bindings. And the reason I want to tell you that and show you that is because it is not entirely certain that the detectives feel really comfortable that this is the work of Dennis Rader, despite all of these bindings. Shawna was hogtied with 6 different ties. So those are the denim sleeves of her denim jacket. And you can see all these ties. The ties were nylon and camping ropes, coaxial and telephone cables, paracord, and clothes lines. And what's important is that since detectives believe that Shawna disappeared October 26th, 1990, it's important to find out where Dennis Rader was on that day. And we are pleased to have joining us exclusively tonight Lorie Howard, who is a detective who's been working on this particular case for 17 years. Detective Howard, thank you so much for being with me. And I know you're so steeped in this case. You've even spoken with Dennis Rader face to face, which I cannot even imagine what that's like. You feel as though you might be getting close to some resolution. And if you were just listening, we just had Mark Garagos on, who said what's critical in solving cases is sometimes solving them one way or the other, because excluding someone is also solving a case. What are your thoughts about the information that you're getting regarding Dennis Rader's whereabouts on the night of October 26th, 1990, when Shawna disappeared?
Well, thank you for having me. So a couple of things I want to address is I can't tell you, and I don't think anybody's going to be able to tell you exactly where Dennis Rader was on October the 26th, 1990. But I can tell you we have information that is confirmed that there are absolutely no records that would indicate that he was at a Boy Scout camp or a camporee in Roaring River, which seems to be something that's out there right now, that they can put him, say, within an hour's drive of her dump site. And I can tell you, we have spoke to Boy Scouts today, and they have told us there's absolutely no records that exist during that time frame because that council was absorbed by another council, and those records no longer exist. So if there is evidence out there that would absolutely confirm, which we're hearing in the media, that he was in Roaring River at a camporee, we would really like to know where that evidence came from, because the Boy Scouts are saying it doesn't exist.
And that's interesting because, you know, his daughter, Carrie, who was just on in the segment before you, said he was absolutely on a Boy Scout trip just days before, very close to where Shawna Garber was discovered. And I should tell our audience, she was found abandoned in a farmhouse near Pineville, Missouri. It's about a 4-hour drive from Park City. Where is the discrepancy?
Well, we don't know. If there's evidence out there that's being presented to the media, it certainly hasn't been given to us to evaluate. So what I can tell you is our file, we have several things that I can talk about. One of them would be this red blanket. We have a missing persons report on Shawna, and it lists the items that she was missing with, and nowhere do we have a red blanket. Now, that's not to say that if this red blanket had Shawna's DNA or Dennis's DNA or fibers that connected to the scene or any number of things like that, absolutely, let's look at that blanket. But our records don't indicate that there's a blanket missing with her. Our records don't indicate that there's any type of fibers or any type of DNA associated in our crime scene. So we're just at a loss as to where that would come about.
Detective Lorie Howard, thanks for being on, and we appreciate the work that you're doing. Please stay in touch with us and keep us up to date. It just feels like something is coming, some kind of resolution.
You bet. And I'm going to add
one way or the other is coming.
Real quickly,
yeah.
if you've got just 1 second. I spoke with Shawna's sister and Shawna's brother today, and the reason that these things are not tried in the media The reason these things aren't cases aren't put in the media before there's evidence is because it hurts the family. And at this point, McDonald County states unequivocally that there are speculations, there's facts, and there's evidence. We follow evidence. And to this date, we have no direct evidence linking Dennis Rader to our case. We have an open mind, and if we're wrong, my sheriff says it'll be the best wrong we've ever been. I quote him on that. But right now, there's no evidence.
Well, I appreciate that, Lorie. Thank you. And please do give our regards to the family of Shawna Garber. This has got to be just excruciating, so many decades later. Appreciate you being on tonight. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.